What's up, guys? Scotty2Hockey here, aka the average hockey fan, and I have some great news for you Habs fans. Nick Suzuki is the savior in Guelph. I don't know if any of you guys have been following the OHL playoffs. Nick Suzuki has been great in the OHL playoffs, and with the Guelph Storm on the brink of elimination, down 3-0 with the goal against the London Knights on Wednesday night, Nick Suzuki steps up and scores a goal and 2 assists, 3 points. Guelph wins 4-3 and they stay alive in the OHL playoffs, and Nick Suzuki is making one hell of a case for playing with Montreal next year. He is looking like one hell of an exciting young player. He's thriving on the power play. His skating gets better every game. He's putting up a ton of points. He's a leader on the team. He's absolutely excellent. As for Nick Suzuki, so far this year, he has been stellar in the regular season, and he's even stepped it up more in the playoffs. His point per game total has gone up in the playoffs, and he really, him and Nate Schnarr took over that game. I know that London was in the game. It was a close game, but if you guys followed the OHL playoffs, it looked like Guelph was on the brink of elimination. I did not think Guelph was going to come into this game and win this game. They kind of underperformed in this playoffs a bit. Not Nick Suzuki himself. He has been a go-to player, and he truly stepped up in this game along with Nate Schnarr. But my MVP of that game, along with the Guelph Storm fans, was Nick Suzuki. He truly put the team on his back, and to see a young prospect like this look so good is absolutely great for the Habs, and I truly believe he's going to come into Montreal next year and play third-line winger. Who knows? He could even be a center. But as for Nick Suzuki, I'm just going to list a couple things about the guy. He shoots right. He's only 19 years old. He plays for the Guelph Storm. He's a center. He's 5'11", 183 pounds, but still has growth to go. He was drafted number 13 by Vegas and brought over to Montreal in the Tatar trade, where we absolutely fleeced Vegas. And in 59 games played between the Owen Sound Attack and the Guelph Storm this year, he has 34 goals, 60 assists, 94 points, is a plus 28, and in the playoffs is where he's really stepping up this year. In 8 games played, he has 6 goals, 6 assists. 3 of those points, 1 goal and 2 assists, came last night in the most crucial game of the OHL playoffs. So what this shows me about this guy is he can step up in pressure situations, he can play in pressure situations, and he can be a go-to guy, and he can win you games, and he's so good on the power play. Who he reminds me of, he kind of reminds me of a mix of Jonathan Drouin and Brendan Gallagher. I have no idea why. He's like Drouin with his ability to cycle, with his ability to calm down, fake players out, pivot on his feet, and all of a sudden the player's going the other way, and he's turned the other way, shooting a pass over, and he has a good shot like Gallagher. He can score. He has Drouin's ability skating, but a better work ethic, and he has Brendan Gallagher's finishing ability. At least at the junior level he does. We'll see if it translates to the NHL, but I feel this guy is going to be a really special player, and after the performance he put on Wednesday night, I had to speak about him. I had to do a Nick Suzuki video. I could go into depth on how good of a player he actually is. He put up 100 points last year. I could go through his whole OHL career, show his growth. Maybe I'll do a video like that, but for now I'd like to shout out Nick Suzuki and to give him a little video after a huge game against the London Knights. They're pretty much the gold standard of the OHL, the London Knights are, and for Guelph to step up like this in round 2, they've already won a round. In round 2, they're still alive, down 3-1, and they could have a miracle comeback. Imagine they had a miracle comeback, won the series 4-3, and ended up going to the OHL final and winning it all. We'll see what happens. That would be great. Nick Suzuki would be a legit candidate for the MVP if they did. It would be down to him and Nate Schnarr, and when these guys get put back on a line together and play together, they're absolutely excellent. They were excellent. Him and Nate Schnarr, and I forget the other guy. 3 of these guys put up a pile of points their first 20 games together. They got split up for a little bit. They got put back together in the playoffs, and especially in this game, they were the go-to guys, and they stepped up big time. As for Suzuki, he signed at an $894,166 cap hit. Excuse me, I murdered that. Nick Suzuki's cap hit is $894,166, and he signed up at least until 2021. His deal kicks in when he plays 10 games in the NHL. And yeah, Guelph won 4-3 Wednesday. Nick Suzuki scored 1 goal, 2 assists, and he was excellent paired with Nate Schnarr, who also had 2 goals. He was in on the power play goal. I don't believe he scored the power play goal for Guelph. I think he assisted on it. I'm pretty sure he had a secondary assist on it. But as for Nick Suzuki, huge game. Guelph stays alive against London. It's all good. Nick Suzuki's still in the OHL, so we still got a prospect to follow. It's great news as Habs fans because I love looking at our players play, and the fact that they're not in the playoffs and most of our prospects are done with their seasons, like Caden Premu, Ryan Poling, most of these guys are done with their seasons. The fact Nick Suzuki's still playing in OHL and I have a hot prospect to watch is absolutely great for an average hockey fan like myself. So anyways, guys, this is a little bit of good news for you guys. Nick Suzuki is thriving in the OHL. And in my opinion, he looks like a lock to make the Montreal Canadiens next year. Let's see if he goes and he continues his growth, because every year he gets better and his growth has grown. He's grown so much this year. Not only physically, he looks bigger, he looks stronger to me. He's not a very big guy in general, but as far as his weight is going, he's looking a lot bigger to me lately. He's looking like he's stepping into the weight room and picking it up a bit, because he's 183 pounds. If he could get up to 200 pounds at 6 feet tall, that's pretty good size for a center. It's not huge, but it's pretty good size for a center, and I'm sure he could do it. His brother Ryan Suzuki is a very, very highly touted draft pick in this year's draft. A lot of Habs fans want him to slip to 15 so we can get him. So who knows? We could have the two Suzuki brothers. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think of what Nick Suzuki's doing in OHL. Have you been following him? What do you think he will do next year? Will he play in AHL? Or will he go straight to Montreal and be on the third or fourth line? Who knows? I can't see him being top 6 next year unless he truly thaws. But will he come to Montreal next year? Will he help the power play? And will he play at least 60 games for the Habs next year? I think he will. I think he'll be there the whole season. There might be 2 or 3 games where he gets a game off to give him a rest like KK had. But I think he will be there for Montreal next year. And I'm so looking forward to this red hot prospect we had. Next to Ryan Poehling, Nick Suzuki was my favorite prospect that we had. Ryan Poehling's obviously already up in the system. He had a huge first game, a goal, 3 goals, and a shootout winner for Ryan Poehling. Let's see if Nick Suzuki comes in and makes as big of an impact, as big of a splash, because I truly believe a guy this talented could, and I cannot wait to see him in a Montreal Canadiens uniform. Go Habs, go. This is Scotty2Hockey, a.k.a. the average hockey fan. Don't forget to like. Please hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell for my upcoming videos. And feel free to leave a comment. What do you think is going to happen with Suzuki? Go Habs, go, baby. Mr. Average Hockey Fan, over and out.